Turning on the mic. Oh yeah, we live everywhere. What's up, Rebels? Good to see you today. It's Rebel Live. Today sponsored by Thank You Jesus Clothing, tyj.clothing. Did you know .clothing is a URL? Like .com, .org, .net, .biz, .clothing. tyj.clothing. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, I am not within arm's reach of my Thank You Jesus swag, but I love that company so much. I sent a piece out in the newsletter. If you're not signed up for the newsletter, you can do so by texting the word upgrade to 345-345. Text the word upgrade to 345-345. Sign up for the newsletter. Get you links to Thank You Jesus, to some of the podcast stuff that's going on. So, TV show Rattled on TLC. Julia and Ryan Sadler on the broadcast. Oh, the Stories We Will Tell. Our unfiltered look at the life Laura and I have lived together from day one till today. And this Friday, Girl Wash Your Face. An upcoming Dude Wash Your Face. Mrs. Rachel Hollis, Dave Hollis on the pod. Oh my goodness, so cool. All brought to you by Thank You Jesus Clothing. Keep saying it. All good things come from you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. tyj.clothing is the website. All right, Rebels, let's do it. Dun, dun, dun. Verse of the day, brought to you by tyj.clothing, is Hebrews 9:28 from the ESV. So, Christ, having been offered once to bear the sins of many, will appear a second time, not to deal with sin, but to save those who are eagerly waiting for him. Oh, who's eagerly waiting for the Lord? Me. Me. I'm eagerly waiting for the Lord. Are you? Are you? I hope you are. Man, Lord, thank you so much for all the rebels out there. Give us strength to be gracious and loving in all situations. Thanks for being there for us, Lord. Amen. Also, just want to remind you, this is our anniversary week. 2 years on air. 2 years. I feel like yelling, 10 years, like Grosse Point Blank. Jeremy Piven throwback right there. And in fact, this coming year, in 2019, for me, it won't be 10 years. It'll be 30 years. Oh my goodness. I went to high school 30 years ago. 30 years ago. Goodness gracious. Enough about that. An election just took place. And here's what I want you to remember. No matter what, no matter who you voted for, no matter if you're happy with the outcome, sad about the outcome, God's in control, not worried, not concerned. Isn't that great? The Lord is in control. He is thinking about you. He's considering you. He's watching you. And he loves you. People always think, when he's watching you, like, oh, is he watching to wait to hit me over the head when I do something wrong? No. In Zephaniah, it says, when the Lord thinks about you, he shakes with violent emotion. He's so excited, so happy that he shakes with violent emotion thinking about you. Anyway, election. Let's see. Conservatives lost the House, and they gained ground in the Senate. What does that mean? Lots of fighting. That's what it means. Politics as usual is what it means. It means the liberals and the conservatives will fight each other all the time. Yeah. Okay. Let's go for some good news. In Alabama, voters passed an amendment to the state constitution recognizing the rights of the unborn. Just listen to this. Listen to all of this. It is way too exciting to miss out on this. The rights of the unborn. The state must now, quote, recognize and support the sanctity of unborn life and the rights of unborn children, including the right to life. Amendment 2 also mandates that no provisions of the Constitution provide a right to an abortion or require funding of abortions. And of course, because it couldn't just be easy, the amendment is expected to be challenged in court. Meanwhile, West Virginia, voters passed a measure that prohibits Medicaid from funding abortions. It also adds a line that the state constitution that says nothing in this constitution secures or protects a right to abortion or requires the funding of abortion. The Department of Health and Human Services data shows that Medicaid paid for about 1,500 abortions in 2017 at a cost of $326,000. Ugh. And by the way, that was up from 2008, more than double when Medicaid paid for 657 abortions at a cost of $222,000. It's terrible. And then lastly, I'd like to talk about this. North Carolina and Arkansas passed measures that require people to present a photo ID to vote. Supporters say the measure is an effort to secure elections and limit voter fraud. Okay? So when you go and vote, you got to say, I am Ryan Dobson. And they go, no, you're not. And I go, you're right. I'm James Ryan Dobson. I'm not James Clayton Dobson. I'm not my dad. I'm James Ryan Dobson. I'm me. And they go, well, prove it. And I go, okay. And I show them a driver's license I got when I was 17. 31 years ago. Opponents argue that ID requirements are aimed at disenfranchising minority voters. So, I got to ask you, anybody that is a minority, that feels highly disrespectful to minorities to say that you're incapable of getting driver's licenses or ID cards. That, white people are smart enough to go to the DMV and stand in a line, but minorities aren't smart enough. They are not smart enough. They can't get there. They don't know how to follow directions. It's really, really disrespectful and disparaging. I think it would bother me if that was what was being used. Like, you're too dumb and feeble to get a driver's license or an ID. So therefore, I don't know. I just don't see how that's racist. I just don't see how it's racist. If anybody can not argue with me, but just give me a good point. Just give me a good point. I really would like to hear it. I'd love to know what that point is. Why should you be able to vote without an ID? Why? I think you need to have an ID. Cool. I love you, Rebels. Hope you're doing well today. I'm feeling good. Don't forget to check out tyj.clothing. tyj.clothing for our sponsor. Thank you, Jesus. God bless y'all. See you soon. What's up, Linda Benson? So good to see you. Hello. And Facebook.